Hi guys, in this video I'm going to cover the content of cash and cash flow, which is part of GCSE Business AQA. So what is the importance of cash flow? Now, cash does not only refer to physical money that a business has, but it also refers to the cash that they may have in the bank. Now, the management of a business's cash allows them to pay their bills. The main payments a business will make is paying to their suppliers, paying to their employees, and overheads such as rents and bills. The importance of cash flow. When a business has large customers and they fail to pay on time, this is going to then affect the business's cash flow, as the business does not have money that they are expecting. A business can arrange credit terms with their suppliers for their raw materials, and the credit arrangement can also allow customers to pay for their services at a later date, so within 30, 60, or 90 days later. It is sensible for a business to negotiate longer credit terms with their suppliers. Preventing business failure. So failing to manage the cash flow in the business can lead to a business failure. A startup business can suffer from cash flow problems as large numbers of money has to be invested in the beginning in order to get the business started. For example, insurance, bills, and training. Now, when a business is going through rapid growth, they can also suffer from cash flow problems as the business needs to grow rapidly and they cannot keep up with the cash that needs to be paid out, for example, finding a larger premises. If a business has customers that are not paying what they owe, it's going to mean that a business will not be able to pay what they owe, which will lead to them being insolvent, which is meaning that a business can't pay their debts. A business will need a positive cash flow to reduce the risk of being insolvent or failing. 3 steps to get out of a negative cash flow are: negotiate an overdraft, keep the cost under control, and keep cash coming into the business by having a sensible credit arrangement with the suppliers and the customers. What's the difference between cash and profit? Not all cash that is paid into the business is going to be profit. The business must pay their costs from the money that comes into the business, and then once the business has taken away the cost from their revenue, what is left is the profit of the business. Now, profit is calculated yearly. However, it is advised to calculate it on a monthly basis to see if the business is solvent and if they can meet their profit targets. Calculating and interpreting cash flow forecast. Cash flow is the movement of money which is going in and out of the business over a certain period of time. Cash flow forecasting involves a business predicting the money that is going to be coming in and going out of the business over a period of time, which will be usually over a 12-month period. Forecasting the cash flow forecast is important for 3 types of businesses: new businesses, businesses that are growing rapidly, and businesses that have unpredicted sales patterns, for example, seasonal businesses. A cash flow forecast allows a business to plan, and it can help them make important decisions such as how to reward their employees, if they should employ more staff, if they should open a new branch, if they should invest in a new business. A cash flow forecast will help a business identify the risks of having a negative cash flow and then try and mitigate those risks. Calculating and monitoring cash flow. For a new business, creating a cash flow forecast might be difficult as they'll have no figures to work with. Hence, the owner may have to guess, and they'll need to monitor whether their guess was realistic or then make changes accordingly. A business can compare their actual cash flow to their cash flow forecast to see whether the business is meeting their targets and then making changes accordingly. Calculating cash flow involves finding or estimating these figures, which is the cash inflow, money that is coming into the business, for example, sales, rent received, loans, or cash outflow, money that is coming out of the business, for example, suppliers, employees, and bills. Net cash flow. Net cash flow is the difference between all cash inflows and all cash outflows of the business. So net cash flow is cash inflow minus cash outflow. Here is a cash flow forecast example. So all the cash inflows from January, February, and March, so sales and rent received, and then you add up the total inflows, then we can see the cash outflows, which is wages, raw materials, marketing, rent, loan repayment, and then you add them up, which equals your total outflows. Then you can see your net cash flow, which is your total inflows minus your total outflows, and then opening and closing balance, which will be explained more thoroughly in the next couple of slides. Here's opening and closing balance explained more thoroughly. So opening balance is the amount of money that a business starts with at the beginning of the reporting period. The opening balance is the closing balance of the previous month. If there is no previous period, then the opening balance is going to be 0. So for example, if the closing balance for January is £5,500, then the opening balance for February is going to be £5,500. Closing balance. The closing balance is the amount of money a business has at the end of a reporting period. So closing balance is net cash flow plus opening balance. So if the net cash flow is £3,200 and the opening balance is £5,500, then the closing balance is going to be £8,700. Hopefully this video helped you understand cash flow and cash. If you like this video, then give it a like and subscribe to my channel. If you want regular updates on videos and resources, then follow my Instagram. If you want short business revision clips, then follow my TikTok. And if you want the PowerPoint to this video, then head over to my test shop.